Hi guys, so today in this video we are going to see how we can create AWS VPC. So I am already logged in on my AWS VPC console on my browser. So let's navigate to VPC tab. So on the search bar, type VPC. The first service which you'll see is the VPC. Click on the VPC tab, and then you will see on the virtual private cloud you will see multiple options like your VPC, subnets, route tables, internet gateways. So you can navigate and create these resources from VPC tab only. So let's go to the VPC section, right? So by default, you will see a default VPC created by AWS. So if your requirement is different, creating a new VPC is the best approach. So let's go to the VPC. I mean, click on the VPC button. So in the VPC settings, you will see uh, in two types you can create the resource of VPC, like VPC only and VPC and more. So in VPC only, this will only create the VPC, not the subnets, route tables, internet gateways. So if you only want VPC and want to create the subnets later, then you can choose this, put the name of the VPC, then CIDR range, and then directly create the VPC. And then if you want subnets as well, you don't want to you don't want to later, I mean, don't want to create the subnets afterwards, and you want creating the subnets right now, you can choose this option. So on the name and name tag auto generation, you can click auto generate the name, or you can choose the name as per your needs. So I'll just click auto generate, and you will see it has already given a name VPC, but I can also type some other name, and AWS will give a VPC at the end. So let's say I will say my app, and then you will see my app VPC, and then give the IPv4 CIDR block, then select the tenancy as default, encryption settings. Then if you want uh, availability zones, then you can select 1, 2, or 3. If you are selecting one availability zones, then it will be let's say US1A. If it is 2, then US1A as well as US1B. And then if you are selecting 3, then then one more AZ subnets will be added, 1C. Then on the customize AZs, you can select the first availability zone, second, third, as per your need, right? So let's say I only need one availability zone, which is 1A, and then you can also choose the number of subnets you can create. We have two options, public subnets and private subnets. So, uh, so public subnets you can create 0 or 1, and private subnets you have option to create 0, 1, and 2. So if you choose only one AZ, then all the subnets will be created in the same AZ. Like this is the public subnets and this is the two private subnets. And then if on the preview section, if you move forward, you will see route tables as well and network connections as well. So by default, AWS creates the route table as well to route the public subnet traffic to the internet gateway. And for the private subnets, it is routed to the VPC endpoint. So if you don't want VPC endpoint, you can select none. So that resource will get uh, disabled from there. And then if you need NAT gateways as well, you can select regional or zonal. So as per your need. So by default, I'll select none, and then I'll create the VPC. So my process is started for creation of VPC. and my VPC is created. That's it. Let's view the VPC and see the resource map. So in the resource map, you will see my VPC name, my subnets, route tables, network connections, right? So let's say in future, by default, in future you get a requirement to create one more subnet in the same VPC. So you just have to go to the subnet section, then create subnet, select the select the VPC on which you want to create the subnet, and then put the subnet name, AZ zone, and then CIDR block, subnet CIDR block. This VPC CIDR block will be auto generated by selecting the VPC, and then you just have to view the subnet CIDR block and then create subnet. So that's it. And in that way, you can create route tables, internet gateways, the elastic IPs, NAT gateways, right? Uh, so that's it in this video. Thank you all for watching.